Alright guys, how are you doing? It's CK here and welcome back to week 3 of the Forza Horizon 3 car reveals. Now I believe there's around about 12 cars to go through the day, so kick back, relax and let's get right into it. So first up is the 1948 Ferrari 166mm Barchetta. One of the best looking Ferraris in my opinion, and I do believe it is the first Ferrari road car of all time. It is drop dead gorgeous. I cannot wait to drive this thing to see how a car of this age actually handles on the roads of Australia. Now when I seen this car that is up next, I nearly fell on the floor just drooling everywhere. It is the 1953 Maserati A6 GCS-53 Pininfarina Bellunetta. I know it's a little bit of a tongue twister of a name, but my god, it is absolutely gorgeous. In my opinion, it is essentially an Italian Shelby Daytona Coupe, but earlier, if you know what I mean. It was made earlier than the Shelby Daytona Coupe. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous looking thing. Well, I never expected the next car in a million years. It is the 1969, no dirty jokes please, Jaguar Mark II 3.8 litre. Now, you should know I am a Jag fan by now. So when I seen this, I was ecstatic. I've been asking for this car for a very long time, and they've actually brought it in, which is very, very good indeed. So we all know Jags handle very nicely, but you know me, I just want to get this thing sideways. So that's all the cars with the pictures, but yet again I have provided some pictures for the ones without. Starting off with the 1980 Abarth Fiat 131, a legendary little rally car, kind of similar to the Omnis in GTA Online. I know that is also based on the Audi Quattro, but the front end does remind me of this little thing. I've not got anything bad to say about this little car, and it is fantastic in terms of handling, sounds and looks. And another car which kind of fits the same bill is this. It is the 2011 BMW 1 Series M Coupe, or the 1M for short. Probably one of the best M cars to come out in recent years until the M2, because essentially the M2 is the replacement for the 1M. So we can only wait to see if the M2 makes its way into Horizon 3, and that'll be a very interesting little head-to-head. Sticking with BMW, we've got the 1957 Isetta 300 Export, or we should rename that the car from hell, because if you've seen that video that I done a couple of days ago, or like a week ago, with this thing, it's pretty insane. It's one of the most uncontrollable cars in Forza. I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't seen it already. Now I'm glad that it's in Horizon 3, and I'm also not glad because since Horizon 3 is kind of more off-roading focused, I don't know how this is going to fare. So if we could put it at like a rally spec or update it with rally tyres and stuff, that would be pretty strange but pretty cool at the same time. Next up, we've got a classic muscle car, the 1979 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. I'm a big fan of the Camaros, especially the Z28 of recent, and I really like the new SS. I'm not a massive fan of the new ZL1, but the SS is crack-a-lackin'. I love it. Next up is a legendary rally car from Ford. It is the RS200 Evo, or Evolution. Great thing to just muck around with in Forza Horizon 2. Freaking fantastic handling, it is on point. Sticking with Ford's little rally cars here, we've got the 1977 Escort RS 1800. I do prefer the Mark 1 Escort, but at the same time this thing is a little cracker. And yet again, along similar lines, we have the 1966 Ford Lotus Cortina. Now I've not driven this thing as much as I used to, like in Forza Motorsport 4 and stuff, but it's a great car, handles very well, and it is pretty damn capable when you put quite a lot of power in it. Moving over to quite possibly one of the sexiest looking cars in Forza to date. It's the 2015 Infiniti Q60 concept. When they revealed this for Forza 6 a few months back, I was basically jaw-dropping the full day because it is an absolute stunner. It sounds great, it handles very well, and I really hope Infiniti actually make it in real life. Moving on to a car which I think people kind of underestimate. It's the 2015 Lexus RCF. I'm a big fan of this thing in terms of looks, even though most people aren't, but the drift factor for this thing is incredible. The weight actually does help out this thing for drifting for some reason. If you like drifting with body roll, then this is the car for you. It is fantastic. So the second last car is a supercar legend. We all know the story of this car. It is the 1997 McLaren F1 GT. Words cannot describe how this thing drives. It is a grip monster. It speeds like nothing else, and not even like modern day cars can compete with this thing, or some modern day cars I should say. In the last car we have got Christine, the 1958 Plymouth Fury. So watch your back when you're driving this thing, because you never know, it might try to strangle you with the seat belt. I've driven it in Forza 6, done a little bit of a drift build on it, and if you want the definition of a sliding land yacht, then this is it. So before we actually go guys, I want to mention something. I am going to be at the Ignition Festival in Glasgow at the SECC tomorrow on Friday the 5th of August. So if you want to see me, I'll be there around about 10 o'clock in the morning to around about 5 PM at night. It's going to be a great event, so I encourage you to come along and say hi. But apart from that, if you have enjoyed this video guys, then a like always does help out. We are aiming to get 100k by the end of the year, so hopefully that is possible. And as you all know, I'm not a big fan of numbers and everything, but 100k would be the cherry on top of the cake for this year. But let me know your favourite cars from this week's car reveals. The top 3 actually, mine has to be the actual ones that we started with. 3 cars that we started with: the Ferrari, the Mazda and the Jag. They all look fan-dabby-dozy. But I'll see you in my next video guys, coming tomorrow as always. Thank you for watching, and peace.